Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Lal Malavarachi and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The President reiterated the government's commitment to maximizing the contribution of agriculture to the country's economic advancement. Police to get tough on drivers giving money to beggars at traffic lights. Tuition classes targeting 2023 O-level exams prohibited from today. A special traffic plan will be implemented tomorrow in the areas where May Day parades and rallies will take place. Veteran musician Dr. Premadasa Mudunkotua passes away. Foreign news, Kenya dam burst kills more than 40. Sports, the Asia Rugby Division 1 Championship will begin today. Local news in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe reiterated the government's commitment to maximizing the contribution of agriculture to the country's economic advancement. He highlighted the implementation of programs aimed at popularizing cinnamon cultivation, a significant export crop in the country's history, as part of the Agricultural Modernization Initiative. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks while attending the Dilma cinnamon launching ceremony held yesterday at the Golf Hotel in Colombo. The Dilma brand, renowned for elevating Ceylon tea in the global market, has ventured into the Sri Lankan cinnamon industry by expanding its domestic exports through the company introducing high-quality cinnamon products to the global market. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, alongside President of the World Association of Chefs Society's Master Chef Thomas Gugler, symbolically unveiled Dilma cinnamon products. Expressing appreciation for the resurrecting of Ceylon cinnamon to Dilma's success with Ceylon tea, the President expressed confidence that this initiative would mark the inception of a new era in the country's economy. The police have resolved to strictly enforce the law against individuals who give money to beggars near traffic lights, disrupting the flow of traffic at major intersections across the country, including in Colombo. Senior DIG Indika Hapugoda said that the police would take action to relocate the beggars. Police officers, both in uniform and plain clothes, are deployed near traffic lights to identify and take legal action against drivers who give money to beggars. The senior DIG discussed these measures during a media conference held yesterday at the Government Information Department Auditorium. SDIG Hapugoda stated that efforts are underway to remove the beggars from high traffic areas and emphasized that if drivers ceased giving money, the beggars would probably disperse. He also mentioned that drivers are being informed through videos in Sinhala, Tamil and English and urged them to pay special attention to this issue. Conducting and organizing tuition classes and seminars aimed at students scheduled to sit for the upcoming 2023 GCE Ordinary Level Examination will be prohibited from midnight tonight. Accordingly, all tuition and revision classes as well as seminars oriented towards the 2023 O-level exams will be banned. Strict action will be taken against those who violate the rules, the Commissioner General of Examinations noted. The 2023 Ordinary Level Exams is scheduled to be held from 6th May to 15th May 2024. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news. We continue with more stories here at home. A special traffic plan will be implemented in and around the areas where May Day parades and rallies will be held tomorrow, Sri Lanka Police announced. Meanwhile, around 2,100 police officers have been deployed for the security duties of the May Day rallies, while 1,300 police officers will be deployed for the traffic duties during this period, according to the police. Accordingly, the Police Media Division has released detailed maps of road closures in Colombo and alternative routes to be used. Veteran musician Dr. Premadasa Mudunkotua has passed away yesterday at the age of 91. He is the father of popular Sri Lankan singer Samitha Mudunkotua and is the husband of the late Kumari Bothata, a folk singer at the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Dr. Mudunkotua is the first master's holder from Bhatkan Music College, India, and was the guru of many celebrated singers of today. That's local news for the moment.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala.
The Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau says that more than 2,000 Sri Lankans have obtained foreign employment in South Korea during the past 4 months of this year. Of that number, 1,908 individuals have received jobs in the industrial sector. 351 individuals have received jobs in the fisheries sector.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala.
And on Watchlight, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena instructed the State Administration, Home Affairs, Provincial Councils and Local Government Ministry Secretary Pradeep Yasaratne to investigate the allegations of providing substandard rice and accepting money in the government's free rice distribution program. Following the Prime Minister's instructions, the Secretary has directed District Secretaries to carry out an urgent investigation and submit a report within a week concerning the problems in rice distribution program. That came to you on Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
World News headlines: Kenya dam burst, kills more than 40. Spain's Prime Minister will not resign after allegations against wife. EU restricts visa provisions for Ethiopian nationals. World News in detail: more than 40 people have died in Kenya after a dam burst following heavy rains and flooding. Homes were swept away and roads were cut off after the dam burst in Kamushiri village in western Kenya. Nakuru County Governor told media of 42 dead. It's a conservative estimate. There are still more in the mud is what's reported, and more than 100 people have been killed in floods that have devastated parts of Kenya in the last month. Rescue teams are digging through the mud in search of survivors in the village near the small town of Mai Mahiu, about 60 kilometers from the capital, Nairobi. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has said he will stay on as Spain's leader following 5 days of speculation over his future. Mr. Sanchez cancelled official engagements last week after a court opened an initial inquiry into his wife over corruption claims. He denounced them as a harassment campaign by right-wing media. Mr. Sanchez said he decided to stay on following expressions of solidarity from all sections of society. Finally, on World News, the EU Council said today the European Union has decided to restrict its visa provisions for Ethiopian nationals due to a lack of cooperation from Ethiopia's government over repatriating those who stay illegally. The move comes as European governments try to tackle the problem of refugees leaving war-torn countries in Africa and aiming to enter Europe via perilous crossings over the Mediterranean Sea, often organized by criminal gangs. That's on World News. Moving on to development news. State Minister of Tourism Diana Gamage revealed plans to designate 49 additional tourist destinations as official tourist zones. These locations will be published in a gazette within a month as part of the ongoing efforts to boost tourism. During a press conference held today at the Presidential Media Center under the theme Collective Paths to a Stable Country, State Minister for Tourism Diana Gamage announced plans to establish a dedicated committee tasked with preventing and monitoring fraud and corruption within the tourism sector. That's on Development News.
Moving on with sports news.
The Asia Rugby Division 1 Championship will kick off at the Racecourse grounds today. This prestigious event, hosted by Sri Lanka Rugby, promises to show the best of the region's rugby power as teams battle it out for the ultimate prize, promotion to the AR Top 4 in 2025. Two exciting matches are scheduled to kick off the championship today, where Qatar will go head-to-head with the physical Kazakhstan side in what promises to be a closely contested encounter. Sri Lanka will take on the formidable opponents from India under lights. Sri Lanka are ranked at 44 compared to India's 87 at present. The winners of the first match will face off in a clash of titans. This game promised to be a real spectacle as both teams will be aiming to assert their dominance and secure a place in the much-coveted Asia Rugby Top 4. That's on Sports News.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cabinet spokesman and Mass Media Minister Dr. Bandara Gunawardena said that the government decided to provide 34 acres for the construction of second and third phase of National School of Business Management, subject to the estimated value recovery of the government valuer on long-term lease. Minister Dr. Bandara Gunawardena said that the Cabinet of Ministers gave approval to provide a land in extent of 14 acres, 3 rood and 12.8 perches for the construction of the phase 2 of the university.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And on economic news, Finance State Minister Dr. Ranjit Siyambalapitiya yesterday said that the government has taken action to increase the interest of the Employees' Provident Fund from 9% to 13% in order to benefit 2.7 million employees. Siyambalapitiya said the decision to increase the interest rate to 13% is unique, as it was approved in Parliament to give 9% interest to EPF beneficiaries under the Domestic Debt Optimization. The State Minister also stated that the fear psychosis was created in the minds of employees that the Employees' Provident Fund is being destroyed. The State Minister said the government's decision to raise the interest rate has foiled the attempts made by those with vested interest to take political mileage by propagating lies. The EPF is the largest fund in Sri Lanka and there are 2.7 million active members, he said.
Weather Report.
Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central, southern, northwestern and Uva provinces. After 1 p.m, showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places elsewhere in the evening or night. Fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters are likely at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces during the morning. That's the weather update. Before we wind up the bulletin of news, back to the headlines. The President reiterated the government's commitment to maximizing the contribution of agriculture to the country's economic advancement. Police to get tough on drivers giving money to beggars at traffic lights. Tuition classes targeting 2023 O-level exams prohibited from today. A special traffic plan will be implemented tomorrow in the areas where May Day parades and rallies will take place. Veteran musician Dr. Premadasa Mudunkotua has passed away. Foreign news, Kenya dam burst kills more than 40. The Asia Rugby Division 1 Championship will begin today. With that, we conclude the morning bulletin of news, and it's back to Soundy this morning.